Hi everyone, it has been a little while since I have done any sort of vlog or been in front of the camera. I'm actually just up here in my office and I want to start making vlogs more. I have been going through a couple different things this year that I haven't really shared on my YouTube. I've been talking about it a little bit on my Instagram, but I've gotten quite a few questions, and frankly I just want to be open and transparent and hopefully help other people with some of the struggles that I've been going through this year specifically. So part of the reason I haven't been as active on YouTube is just because I have been dealing with some challenges that have come up and some difficulties, and usually when I'm dealing with difficulties or dealing with challenges, I tend not to want to, talk about it much, but actually I'm learning a lot through this process, and so I want to be able to share with you guys. So these are just super raw, super informal vlogs that I'm going to be doing. If you like these, then give it a thumbs up so I know, and also comment below and say you like it, that you want to see more, and I can do more of these informally just up here in my office in between work. So just as a little bit of a recap, I guess this will kind of be a recap of what's been going on this year. So I competed in 3 shows this past year in 2017, and I won 2 world titles. So I won the Yorton Cup tall title, and then I won the overall title at the WNBF for figure. So since then, it has definitely been a bit of a bumpy road. And so what I mean by that is this has probably been the most difficult transition post-show that I've ever had, both from a physical perspective and also a mental perspective. So transitioning from super strict, super rigid contest prep to a just life in general and gaining weight, and even though you're at this super lean body weight or super lean physique that is not sustainable, is not healthy at all. It is not healthy for females to be sub 10% body fat for an extended period of time, which I was. I was probably about, I want to guess, like 6% body fat. I had my body fat measured after I had gained some weight, after I was up about 8 pounds or so, and I was still about 11% body fat or 10%, so I was definitely sub 10% body fat. And so going from that strict, rigid extreme to then going to an off season was definitely a challenge for me mentally, because you're so used to this, like just having a goal, having something right in front of you. So for me, it was a little bit difficult to transition from that. Like I was like, oh, like I don't feel the grind anymore. And that was just a little bit of a letdown in terms of post-show. And then physically, so I've put on weight, and I've still put on weight, but frankly, like my hormones are not back to 100%. I'm still having some fatigue. I'm having some brain fog still. I'm actually up 20 pounds from my stage weight. So I tend to have lean extremities. So my arms stay pretty lean. My legs stay pretty lean, but I've been putting on more body fat in my core. So that mentally has been a bit of a challenge. You deny that you have body dysmorphia when you compete, and you're like, oh, yeah, of course I'm super lean. But then when you start to put on weight and then you feel fat at 12% body fat, like it's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm finally like recognizing that. It's taken a while. It's been 6 months since my show. It's given me such a clear perspective, I'd say this time around, on contest prep and what it can do to your mind, what it can do to your physical body. And so for me, I have a whole new perspective. I'm going to close this door because I feel like my dogs are going to start barking, and then I'll have to do it anyways. So anyways, where was I at? So you deny that you have body dysmorphia. I knew I was really lean. I wouldn't say I had any body dysmorphia as I was going down, but then going up and gaining weight, it is so hard seeing yourself at essentially like a perfect physique and then gaining weight. You know, it's definitely a difficult mental challenge because you can't sustain that low body fat. And frankly, I've been researching about hormones recently too, and it's just opened my mind to just the effects that dieting have on hormones. Not opened my mind, I already knew some of them, but I didn't know them in quite the detail that I've been learning just on your estrogen, testosterone, cortisol, your thyroid. All of this stuff is interconnected, and it's insane. You know, losing your period, a lot of times it's just kind of accepted in a lot of sports, but that is a sign from your body that things are not on point. And so for me, I have always dealt with having irregular cycles, and so that's been something that I've been dealing with and just seeing different doctors. I'm actually seeing one this week. I've talked to another doctor, so I'm getting things figured out, but it's just been frustrating to have some different medical things that I've been going through and still not feeling normal, even though I've put on a lot of body weight, and I'm putting on body weight at lower calories than I ever have in the past. So I'm not looking for medical diagnosis. So if you are, have an opinion, I'd prefer that you don't share what you think I have, because I'm seeing doctors. So, and this isn't me preaching to people saying, if you have these symptoms, this is what you have. I just want to be able to share this journey with you all, because for me, this year has been difficult with recovery, with both physically and also just having the mental perspective of my physical is not everything. But when you go from a place of focusing so much on your physique every single week with dieting, I look in the mirror and I look leaner every week. And we had to get pretty aggressive with my cut this year. And and I did excellent on stage, and I really saw that as a huge blessing, and I was able to reach so many people and influence a lot of people. And because of those titles, I'm actually having opportunities to speak to some different groups, some Fellowship of Christian Athletes groups, and then also I was able to speak at Ohio State and speak to a group there. So it's really opened a lot of doors. I've met some incredible people, but it's the after that I've been dealing with, and this kind of frustration and not knowing what exactly is going on, and just dealing with that. But at the same time, I am learning so much about hormones. I am learning so much about the recovery process. It's given me a different perspective on fitness in general, and also recognizing if you want to compete, you have to do it because you love the sport, not because you want a certain body, because that body is fleeting, and it should be fleeting, because as a female, we should not be sub 15% body fat for an extended period of time, or sub 20% body fat for an extended period of time. Too many things can go wrong, and our bodies are so delicate, and the hormones are just all interconnected. And so as I do more research and as I'm learning more, I can share more with you guys. But so that has been a little bit of a challenge that I've been going through, and and I've really relied on my faith in God, and I'm just praying that I'm led in the right direction to get some answers. It's been quite a year so far, because this is much more difficult for me. Just what I've been going through this year than my contest prep last year. That was much easier than this. So, we all go through challenges in life, and I'm confident and I'm sure that God's going to bring me through this. I already know. I'm not worried about it, but at the same time, it's easy to doubt, from time to time, and it's easy to just be kind of negative at times if you don't see kind of the light at the end of the tunnel. But I know that God's teaching me a lot of things and directing my steps through this process. so and I already have a different perspective, and I already feel like I'm being led in a different direction, or being led in another direction. So, and being able to help other people who are going through the same thing. A lot of my clients who have either competed or who are looking to compete, especially since I've competed on a world level, and I can just have that perspective. I think it's really hard for a coach in figure bodybuilding, powerlifting to coach if you haven't actually experienced it, because you don't know what it's like, especially the psychological effects of a contest prep and the physiological effects as well. So that's a little bit of a recap, me being open and honest. And if you enjoyed this, then definitely comment below and let me know so I can have some sort of feedback in terms of like if you guys like these vlogs, or if you're just bored out of your mind, then write down in the comments, say, bored out of my mind. But if you watched to this point, you probably weren't bored out of your mind. So, yeah, that's a little recap. I won't make this any longer. And maybe I will start doing like some sort of a every other day vlog and sharing with you guys if you enjoy this. So if you do, comment below, and I hope you guys are having a blessed day. I've really recently been getting more involved in some Bible studies and in my faith journey. So I'd say one aspect of this difficult season I've been in is that I've like really realized how much I don't have it in control. You think you have things in control, but you really don't. So I have to rely on God to direct my steps, and recognize that a physique is fleeting, your fitness is fleeting, this world is fleeting, and this is not our eternal home. So, yeah. So I will be checking in with you guys soon. So I hope you have a great day. Talk to you guys soon.